Well, a wonderful Sunday evening, everybody. Awesome being back in the chair again to call another fantastic racing event. Welcome to the Digital Sim Sports Network and the Dirt Racing Network and our live coverage of the MARS Beardsconsin Beard Oil Late Model Pavement Series, new Smyrna Speedway. Little bull ring tonight. This thing is very tricky. Everybody's going to be fighting for room down on the very bottom of this track. Might see a little pushing. We might see a little shoving. I'll bet we don't see 10 cautions like we did in that cup race today. Yeah, Bill, it is good to be back. A couple of weeks of vacation has, I'm going to say, done me good. I'm not going to say anything bad. It did me good. It wasn't the perfect vacation, but it was a lot of fun. It was good to get away, not have to think and worry about things. We got about 15, 16 drivers checked in tonight. Watching the Tiny Dancer right here take a few laps in that 18 machine. I know Randy and John Brunner are both here. There's that 64 of Randy Brunner. And then the 46 of John Brunner. Saw Adam Vinny a little bit ago. Pete Dillon on track. 88 of Matt Eddy also on track. Westendorf is in here as well. Jeff Werdeman, Jeff Werdeman. Josh Westendorf. Drivers, I think, getting ready to get called off the track for drivers meeting. Once that happens, you know we're going to go back to qualifying and then through our program for the evening. Full schedule this week, guys. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. You got the Mars guys tonight. You'll have DSRL tomorrow night. That is going to be a heck of a show. They are splitting them up. They have gone to the same track every week. First 4 or 5 weeks of the season. This week, you'll see 2 different tracks for the 2 different cars. They'll be at USA to open the night, and they will be at Lucas Oil for the UMPs. Then on Tuesday night, getting down to the end, only 2 or 3 races left in that short track showdown series. Those guys about 8:30 Eastern, they'll kick off. And then on Thursday night, as always, and we didn't have a show last week, unfortunately. I was kind of looking forward to coming back and doing a Thursday night show as we arrived back at home on Wednesday night, but they were off bye week for Thursday, and so Netcode Netcode Brands, I'm going to get that right eventually. The Netcode Brands Mighty Midget Series will be back on track Thursday night. That's an 8 Eastern start for those guys. We have plenty to do here. I see James Monroe checking in. That'll give us 16 drivers in the server for sure. Hello, Deb. I see Ivan also. If we had somebody on Twitch, just at least say hi over there because I can see Facebook and YouTube. I don't see anybody on Twitch yet. I don't know if we have anybody on Trovo or not. If we do, guys, welcome in. Sit back and enjoy a good one. Gonna be a little short track action, but it's still going to be a pretty good one. These guys are slipping and sliding around out here already. When you get them all out here together, it is going to get interesting in a big hurry. So there's the 21 of Garrett Boyd. Peter Brees. Don't be afraid to say hi and let us know where you're watching from. If you got a favorite driver, shout them out. Just waiting to see if Mr. Monroe tries to get any laps in. It looks like he was going out and then paused the car at the end of pit road right there. So the 217 of James Monroe. And Jeff Werdeman rolling his back to the pits. I think they're about to get this driver's meeting going here. So Okay, Tiny. We'll do it. I'm not going to say it was bad, but I will say of all of our cruises, this one ranks, if not at the bottom, second to the bottom. And the only reason it may be second to the bottom, because that one boat we were on, that thing was just all over the place. Up, down, left, right. And this one was a little, but not nearly as bad. We just had a couple of bad experiences with our cabin, and it just moved it down to the bottom because it took some of the fun away. Plus, it was nasty and cold and kind of rainy and stuff on our second day, and we didn't get to snorkel like we wanted to. So we missed a couple of fun things to do on our vacation. But otherwise, I had a great time. I mean, I will tell you this: if you ever plan to go to the resort Atlantis in Nassau, you better be able to be there for 3 or 4 days. We were there for like 10 hours, and we couldn't see everything. There's so much going on there. It's ridiculous. But that aquarium is pretty amazing. If I ever get time to sit down and get all the video off of the GoPro, I'll get some links up. It is pretty cool to check it out. Oh, let's talk about points real quick before these guys get going here. Right now, that man right there in the 43 car has a 3-point advantage in this Pavement series. He sits at 172 markers. Austin DeMoore and Marvin Turnmeyer each at 169. DeMoore has a win in the series, as does Rundle. Turnmeyer does not. Andrew Leach, 168 points, 4 back. He has no wins. Peter Brees, 15 back. He does have a win in the series. And then your other 2 wins, Brad Lawson and Randy Brunner, all have wins. So 5 races in. 5 different winners, no repeats. Our standings for clean driver, no surprise here. The 21 of Garrett Boyd has no incidents on the season in 5 races. That may change here tonight. That very well may change. He is going to be in it tonight. This place is tough, and cars bang off each other. Andrew Leach and Marvin Turnmeyer both with 6. Austin DeMoore has 12, and John Brunner has 10. Their averages are what move them around. A 0 average for Boyd, and all the way up 5th in that thing is 2.5 per event. So as we watch that, I don't know, I guess maybe the driver's meeting is going to happen here in just a moment. There's your clean driver of the season. And that would have cost him a point right there, I think, 2 for that contact with the fence. Unless it was really, really light and it looked like he could score. Sometimes you'll get a 0x, but not always. See if the boys are still out making laps. There's Adam Vinny. You can see these cars are going to get really, really out of shape coming out of the corners sometimes. If they're on the throttle a little early or try to get wide and the car drifts, you got to cut it down away from the fence, and it can make for some interesting corner exits, especially if they get side by side. Just about 3 minutes here, just a little over 3 minutes before we switch over, run through qualifying. I barely got to watch any of the laps last Monday night from the DSRL race, and I know Tuesday night KR Stolfus came over and covered the Short Track Showdown series. I haven't been able to watch any of those. I haven't even had time to go back and rewatch any of that stuff to see. Hopefully you guys tuned in and they were good shows. I have not heard any negativity yet, so looks like everybody's clearing off. Maybe we're headed for a driver's meeting. I think old Tiny Dancer may try to make as many laps as possible. He probably needs the extra laps. Oh, Twinkle Toes. And Randy Brunner still out here making a few laps as well. So just a couple of minutes away. I thought we'd be in our driver's meeting by now. We are not, which is just fine. They may still be talking to him, and the guys are just hearing it through the headset. So good. I'm hoping we get a little bit of live, real racing action this Friday and or Saturday from the local track. We're supposed to be, as long as we don't have nasty weather, we're supposed to be out there with Layden Racing in the 18 car. Maybe twisting a few wrenches and trying to see if we can't start the season off with good results. Last year, up and down because the car was just off all year. Engine problems, all kinds of stuff happened last year. I think that's all worked out. We're going to know Friday night, I know that. All the victory Vinnies. There's your boy right there. You'll see Adam tomorrow night at DSRL for both races as well. I've actually been able to transition pretty well. I'm running these little pavement cars to running with the dirt guys, and has really kind of made a name for himself with all these different series. Being able to be versatile. Pete Dillon. Psych time is about to expire. We're about to go to qualifying. And we're going to divide these guys up a couple of heats and get things cooking. All right, officially looks like it is time to go. Qualifying, we're just waiting for drivers to start making their way. Comes Austin DeMoore in the 7 car. He was on top of the speed chart for a little while. And then Matt Eddy bumped him out of there. Almost everybody hitting the track now, so we'll be flicking around car to car. We're going to watch DeMoore here for his first lap. I want to go find drivers like Matt Eddy, Reed Rundle, Adam Vinny, and try to watch at least one of their laps if I can. DeMoore the first to go out. He'll time in first. And Austin DeMoore, 18:05. Adam Vinny, Matt Eddy not on track yet. Garrett Boyd is out here. There goes Reed Rundles. He is going to roll out now. Adam Vinny, Matt Eddy. These boys, they all like to wait as long as they can. DeMoore still on top. 18. It says 18:04 there. It's actually 18:05 on the official timing. Turnmeyer, Knowles, Brees. There goes Pete Dillon to second quick. We'll see what kind of time Mr. Rundle can post here. He needs good to start in his heat for a good start in the feature. He is going to maintain that 3-point lead in his first lap around third quick. 18:04 Austin DeMoore. Boy, he stayed right there. I don't know how it's showing me that time, and it's not as quick as the leader, but it is not. Get ready for Matt Eddy and Adam Vinny if they roll out. And right now, I don't see either driver even attempting to find their way. The track here is Andrew Leach. He's third, quick at the moment. And this time around goes a little slower. He went 18.08, not 18.03. Austin DeMore says 18 flat. We have a communication issue here. So let's see if we can fix it. There we go. That might fix it at least a little bit. I do not see an Adam Vinny or a Matt Eddy rolling out here for qualifying. And I'm not sure why that is. Peter Brees, and he'll just continue to make laps. He likes to get as many in as he can. Time runs out in qualifying, and Austin DeMore will be your quick qualifier for this evening. So we get ready to look at our starting lineup for heat number 1. You will see that the 21 of Garrett Boyd will start on the pole, and he'll have the 16 of Marvin Turnmeyer on his outside. Then row 2 will be Reed Arundel in the 43 car, the current points leader in the series, with Austin DeMore, who's given him tight chase. With the 4-car invert, he moves to the outside of row number 2. The third row, the 81 of Jeff Werdeman inside, and Adam Vinny will round out this field. Six cars. They should have 8 laps. We're still waiting on a couple. Well, he's got some work in front of him now because he is going to start at the back of this heat race field. And this is actually a very, very strong field of cars. Passing will be a premium. Track position, super important. But you will have driver 21, Garrett Boyd, getting things started. We should go around one more time here. Then once they get in between those two big white painted lines across the track right there, that'll be our start zone. My memory says that the flagman likes to throw the green flag super early. So we'll get ready to fire them off. Heat number 1 of 2 tonight. No, heat number 1 of 3. 6, 5, and 5 for our heat races. And the green flag in the air. Garrett Boyd getting us started. Thought he missed a shift right there. Heard the car hit the chip as he went by. Coming out of 2. Boyd will have lead Turnmeyer. Then Arundel side by side with DeMore. Adam Vinny on the outside at the back here. He and Werdeman still battling. They're too wide, too deep. The front 2 have gotten single file, and that may give them a pretty big advantage to maybe get away from these guys, as both drivers having to tiptoe the car around and be very cautious not to lose traction. Now third and fourth have gotten single file, so the only side-by-side battle is going to be right back here at the back. And Vinny looks like he's got an advantage if he can get the run down the backstretch. Almost cleared. Jeff Werdeman right there. Coming around to 5 to go, and Boyd is still out in front. Only real battle right now is right here. 5th and 6th, still hotly contested. This time, Vinny is going to clear. Will he come down? Not this time. I think Werdeman thought he was coming down. Now he knows he's clear, and he'll get down to the bottom. We'll go up front because Turnmeyer is not letting Boyd get very far out in front. Boyd trying to win the heat race, give himself a good first 3 Rowe's starting position, and he's going to get moved to the high side in 1 and 2. Can he use that momentum? Line and clear. He does get back in front. Will he go straight to the bottom? Yes, he does. And we're going to get the popsicle sticks this time. Coming around a lap and a half, and here comes Rundle. He may try to make a run at Turnmeyer. Little slip from the 21, but the white flag over the field, and now Turnmeyer is looking to try to get the run out of 2. Oh, car got super loose. He almost got onto the nose of the 43 car back there. All right, now it's Boyd, Turnmeyer, Rundle, DeMoore, Vinny, and Werdeman in that order to finish heat number 1. So Adam Vinny only picks up 1 spot. Everybody else, well, they finished right where they started, as we will get ready to look at the starting lineup for heat number 2, and it'll be the 46 of John Brunner on the pole. And he will have the 92 of Josh Westendorf to his outside. And then Tiny Dancer, Scott King in the 18. Row 2 to the inside with Pete Dillon in the 7 on his right. And the final starter in the second heat race, the 217 of James Monroe. All righty. 5 more cars for 8 more laps. The top 2 in each one of these will be in that redraw. And they are ready to get after it. We'll get them back around here into turns 3 and 4. Get them squared away and get them in the start zone. And we'll have a green flag 1 more time. And the green flag right at that line. Boy, I'll tell you what, nose of the car hit the white line. Flagman waving the green hanky. We're underway for heat 2. Westendorf wide in 1 and 2. He'll be able to hang on to second. Pete Dillon still side by side with Scott King. And they're going to get that singled out. And now, caution. His car sideways. We'll get up here. We'll see if we've got the drone still out here on this one. It just looks like Dillon got the car about halfway up the door, and Westendorf still was trying to close that thing, and just a bunch of contact. Too many drivers trying to occupy the same piece of real estate. You'll get that in big-time stock car racing sometimes. So you're going to see a very, very different lineup here in this one. It's going to be John Brunner still out in front. He's the only guy that wasn't part of all of that. James Monroe from the back row to second. He's got a bunch of right front damage. Try to get in. Yeah, you can see their right front corner's pushed. I don't know if that's going to hurt him a whole lot here or not. Such a short race. Westendorf got away in third as he was able to pretty much save the car. When Dillon got back to the door the second time, the left front fender is all crushed in. And then Scott King up to the 4th spot, and Pete Dillon has taken the tap-out rule, and he will move to the back of the field for causing that incident. Hopefully we get the lights off this time, and we'll be able to go back to Green Flag Racing, and they do go off, so we will go back. We'll double the cars up. That might not be optimal for that 217 car out there. We'll see. Only car that doesn't really have much in the way of any kind of scuffs or damage, that's going to be the 46. He's out front. Everybody else has something. I can see that spoiler or the splitter on the front of the 18 car is pushed up on the left corner a little bit. So we'll see if that lets too much air underneath for him and causes him problems the rest of the heat. But the green flag back in the air. Brunner with a good start. Westendorf to second. Dillon to third. And that 217 car, he is not liking it. I think his toe knocked completely out on that car. That's why the right front looks so bad. And he is not able to drive that thing barely in a straight line as it is with all that damage. Scott King slides through. Brunner, now Dillon. Going to go to the high side on Westendorf, and I think he's going to take the spot from the outside, and he does. So we are going to be around. This time we'll have 5 laps remaining. Brunner, Dillon, Westendorf, and King, 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a little bit of a gap back, about 5 car lengths to Monroe. And yeah, he's just fighting an ill-handling machine right now. But John Brunner has half a second right through the middle. He'll bring it down a little on the exit of the corner. 4 laps, halfway home. Pete Dillon trying to close the gap. And the last time around, Pete Dillon was about a 10th quicker. And he is closing in on the 46. A few feet here, a few feet there. We're 3 to go. Can he make up 0.3 of a second and pass the 46 car? That we don't know. He was about a 10th quicker the last lap as well. We're catching up back of the field. I think that's Scott King right out here in front of these guys. Now it's Josh Westendorf. Westendorf had a problem, and his car is falling way back. We're going to come around and get the white flag. Lap car right in front of these guys. I don't think he'll be a factor, and I think Dillon is going to have a shot. Yeah, that might have evaporated right there. We'll see if he can really get it down here in 3 and 4. And I don't think he was close enough to make it happen. Brunner out of 4. He wins the heat. Dillon a close second. Scott King drove around and made his way to 3rd. Monroe to 4th, and Westendorf with the issues. That car bent up pretty much across the front end now, and he will finish in the 5th spot here. Both front corners are bashed in on the 92 car, and the whole right side of that thing looks bent down the door. So we'll get ready to go to heat number 3, the final heat of the evening. And this is what that starting lineup will look like. It'll be Randy Brunner in the 64. On the pole with the 74, Peter Brees to his outside. 15, Matt Knowles. He'll start inside row number 2 next to Andrew Leach in the 98. And the final starter for the final heat race. It's going to be the 88 of Matt Eddy. And I do not see Matt Eddy, and that is a crying shame because Matt Eddy was the fastest car in our pre-race practice session. So I don't know what happened to the 88, but he is not going to make the heat. He may be able to start way back in the feature here. And hopefully he'll be back and able to do that. I don't know if they taste like beard oil. I don't know if I want those, Ivan. And is the fiber going to be actual, like, you know, whiskers? This is going to be, yeah, you guys are going to have to do a whole lot of explaining on that one. I'm just saying. All right, ready to go green, 3rd final heat race. Going to be Randy Brunner. And I am bound to mess that up and say John at some point. I will try not to. But the green flagging off the outside. Looks like Peter Brees. Going to shoot to the lead. Here comes Leach. Oh, he had to check as Brunner was just going to go all the way from the bottom to the top. And Leach saved the right front corner, or left front corner on his car. Falls back, and Knowles gives him room. Now he can reestablish and go after Randy Brunner here. Peter Brees half a second out in front. Our battle right now is for second, third, and fourth. Leach is just looking for the slip, the opening, the place to be faster. Man, he is so much quicker from the center out. He just can't get where Brunner is enough out of the way to drive up beside him. He's trying to back the corner up, trying to get that car set so he can make that turn underneath. He'll do it again right here. He's quick through the center. He's going to close in. That time he didn't get there quick enough. And they're just letting Peter Brees get way out in front. He's 0.8 of a second now, halfway through the final heat. Now Leach pulls to the inside. Does Brunner give room? He doesn't have a choice. He's all the way to the door. Leach is going to go through. Will it stay open long enough for Knowles to get there? And Knowles drives it in. There's a little contact. Going to straighten him out. Both drivers get slowed, but Brunner will keep it facing forward. We're going to stay green, and now is 2.5 laps enough time for Leach to run down the 74 of Brees? I don't think so. Brees's time is very good. (18 and 12 to 18 and 41). Oh, Peter Brees. I'm not sure what's going on here, folks. Peter Brees looks like he crashed. Andrew Leach now has the lead. Peter Brees, I don't know what happened to. He may have gotten disqualified. He may have jumped that start. He may have gotten disqualified. I didn't want to say it when it dropped green. Andrew Leach is going to win the heat. Knowles second, Brunner third. Brees looks like he'll be scored in fourth, and then Eddie out of it. But I thought initially it looked like Brees might have gotten a jump, and he may have gotten disqualified. So, unfortunate. But driver's going to go through some warm-up time here. Let's find out if that's what happened. Peter Brees, you got a copy?
I do got you, sir.
All right, buddy. We thought we saw something funky on the start there, and we're just going to be about as straightforward as we can. Was that a disqualification there during the heat?
Yeah, it gave me the DQ. It said I jumped the start, but I was just talking to Reed about that, and my nose was still behind him when the green came out, so I'm not sure what went on there.
Yeah, we were wondering because, it looked like you were shot out of a cannon, and I didn't say anything when it initially happened because I wasn't exactly sure how you guys were dealing with those things, but it did look like you did get to the line before the other guys. So unfortunate, but we wanted to clarify that, man. You're going to probably start pretty deep.
Yeah, hopefully you can make a comeback going into the show here and make our way up through the field.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to ask you, if you thought maybe you could come back through this thing and get her back to the front. Well, man, good luck to you. Thanks for confirming that, and hopefully we get a chance to see you at the end of this thing.
Thanks, Roger.
Yeah, Peter Brees, driver of the 74. I was pretty convinced that that's what happened, and he just confirmed what I was already thinking. So, some strange goings on during the heat races so far tonight. That may lead to some exciting racing for us, folks. So, do not go anywhere. I don't know, Scott, if you're still watching, did he get back in the server? We haven't seen him back on the track since, so. Pretty much everybody's out here. Make your picks. Guys, get them in the chat. We'll see who wins this thing. We'll see who is our fortune teller in here watching with us tonight. So just put your pick. Who's going to win it in the chat, and we'll see who's right at the end. .17 car. Looks like they put a new front end on it, but he is still struggling with that car getting off the corners. I didn't really have a doubt that's who you were going to go with, Beardsconsin. I was pretty convinced. Well, we'll see how some of the faster guys, some of the heat race winners do. They will get a quick invert here. Could be six cars. Could be a full 6 drivers. Yeah. Oh! Here's to a good race. I got to tell you guys, and I'm a whiskey, bourbon, Scotch guy, but I have to tell you that last night I stopped and picked up a bottle of Blackberry Crown Royal. And that may be one of the best things to touch my lips in a while. Put a little bit of Starry in there and put it over some ice. That's super refreshing. And I can't wait to go get some really good lemonade and put a couple shots of that in a glass of lemonade and see how it is. But I have to say I am impressed with a little Blackberry Crown Royal right now. So see if I can get them to sponsor me personally. All right, we're getting ready for our feature run tonight. It is 35 laps. We lined them up like this, and guys, I'm sorry that I laughed it. I laughed right there because, man, Tiny Dancer on the pole. Scott King in the 18 car, and he's going to have your current points leader on his outside. Reed Rundle in the 43, then the 15 of Matt Knowles, alongside the 07 of Pete Dillon for row number 2. Marvin Turnmeyer, the 16 car. He was quick in his heat race. He'll have the 3rd row next to Andrew Leach in the 98, winner in heat race number 3. And then John Brunner, the 46, heat 2 winner, starts next to heat 1 winner Garrett Boyd in the 21. That's row 4. It'll be the 64 of Randy Brunner and Austin DeMore in row number 5. 217 of James Monroe and Peter Brees in the 74 making up that 6th row. Adam Vinny and Josh Westendorf in row number 7. And scheduled to be Matt Eddy and Jeff Werdeman in row number 8. I do not see Matt Eddy, so I don't think the 88 car made it back. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try the lemonade thing and see how that goes, because some blackberry lemonade is usually pretty good. So here's a little funky dunk right here before we go green. It's Knowles and Dillon, then Turnmeyer and Leach. Brunner and Boyd and Rundle and King both go to row number 4. So the front row went to row 4. Everybody else scooches up. I thought inverts were inverts, but hey, you know what? It doesn't matter. Green flag coming out right here. We're underway for 35 laps. Knowles and Dillon. If Pete Dillon can clear him, I'll tell you what, the rest of the field's going to have a hard time catching that 7 car. He was so fast in his heat race, just could not make the pass to pick up the win. Knowles with a good run out of 4. He'll lead lap 1, but not for a lack of trying. Pete Dillon still working hard. He did it in the heat race to take a spot. He's doing it again here in the feature, trying to take the top spot away. Turnmeyer's third, Leach, and then Boyd is almost 3 wide with Brunner and Rundle back there. That is 5th, 6th, and 7th behind them. They're starting to sort that out a little bit. New leader, Pete Dillon, clears. Knowles, and now Turnmeyer says, hey, if he can do it on the high side, maybe I can as well. And Marvin Turnmeyer takes the 16 up top shelf, 3 wide down the front stretch. Leach was on the bottom, Knowles was in the middle. Turnmeyer clears, and now they're 2 wide, and that was almost contact. Here comes Garrett Boyd. He's got the top side rolling. Boyd up beside Leach. He got away from Brunner, got away from Rundle. Now taking the fight. Caution for the first time. Maybe the 217 of Monroe. He and Westendorf. Oh, yeah, with contact right in front of Adam Vinny, and Vinny does clip the 92, and it did bend the front of the car a little bit. So now we got to get back here to live. Oh, yeah. Front end of that 11 car pushed in concave on the front. And that will be like pushing a snowplow, the way that one is shaped. So he is going to bring that down. They'll see if they can get that popped out and get that splitter pushed down. Oh, left front fender is all pushed in on that car as well. So they are going to be able to pop that out. We'll see if they can get that left front fender pop. He's going to have to go. Well, caution laps don't count, so he can't lose a lap. But he is going to go left front fender. Still pushed in on that car. But it's Dillon, Turnmeyer, Knowles, Leach, Boyd, Rundle, Brunner, DeMoore, King, Brees, then Randy Brunner, Werdeman, Westendorf, Monroe, and Vinny. The running order right now. We might see the lights go off on this pace car right here. We'll start doubling up. Lights do go off. We'll double the cars up. Get them down here to turn number 4. Get them in the start zone. Boy, we had a late green the last time. We'll see what we get this time. Pete Dillon on the throttle right about mid-zone right there. And he put Turnmeyer and Knowles side by side. Now Turnmeyer's going to get away. Knowles trapped to the inside. Here comes Leach. They're side by side behind that battle. Rundle and Boyd. 15 car maybe gumming up the works just a little right here. Got a little loose right there. Got a little tight on the entry, a little loose on the exit. He is going to let Leach clear, and that's going to get Rundle tightly up behind. Now Boyd is going to have some work to do. If he's going to get around Knowles, he moves to the high side. Now Knowles gets in line. John Brunner 7th, DeMoore, King, and Brees, your top 10. Werdeman just right there, ready to pounce. But we're going to go to the front. See Turnmeyer, a hair quicker last time around. Dillon ran 18:11, Turnmeyer 18:04. Adam Vinny's already moved up to the 12th spot, so restarted 15th. He's picked off 3. Here comes Turnmeyer, dives it deep into 3 and 4, gets the car rotated. He's got it down to just over a quarter second. 25 laps to go. We'll go back here. 4th place, Reed Rundle. He's got a healthy gap between himself and Knowles. Knowles has got boys just trying to figure out where he can go to make that move. Get around Matt Knowles. Brunner right behind that. He's got DeMore all over him. Then it's a big gap back to Peter Brees, about 7 car lengths. Here comes Werdeman. He's trying to hold off King. King now trying to hold off Adam. Vinny trying to work on 11th. He's going to pull to the inside off of 4. He's got King out of position. King goes wide, way wide. Maybe a little wider than he needed to there, but he lets Vinny have the spot, so move Vinny to 11th. Go back close to the front. Leach now. It's closed in on Turnmeyer. Dillon starting to ease away. He's picked up another quarter of a second here while we were gone. He is over half a second. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Tight group. Lap times near identical. Fastest car, the leader. She opens it up to almost 0.7 of a second now. Leach just looking for the opening. He did this in the heat race as well. Just could not get the car there. And Turnmeyer's running a really good line through the corners. He is kind of in the middle, and he's straddling lanes here. You're not going to get alongside of him in the middle of the corner. You're going to have to get there down the straightaway. You're going to have to get there right before the entrance and move him off that line. Now he bangs the fence, and here comes Leach. Leach will get there going into the corner. Now Turnmeyer's up to the top side. Leach has got the inside, and Rundle is trying to follow him through. All this 0.9 of a second behind the leader, and they are door to door, and I almost meant that in the literal sense, as they almost touch each other. Leach just not able to get enough momentum to clear. Good battle. 1 1/4 seconds. Dillon has the lead over this battle right here. It's 3 cars, and Rundle is just looking for a way to get around these two. He wants one to clear the other so he can go in that line. And the 98 and the 16 are just hanging side by side that time. Big slip out of both. I thought Leach might have it. Now Turnmeyer right down on that right rear corner. This time maybe a little tap getting in the corner. Move him out a little wider. Get him off of you a little bit. Did not work because Turnmeyer is strong from the outside. Now he's right on the right rear corner. Leach couldn't get to the top. Turnmeyer bumps the fence. Leach will clear. Here comes Rundle. Now the battle's on for the final podium step. Leach has second. Now we're watching 3rd and 4th go at it, and Rundle trying to get their left front down on the yellow line. Gets the car to rotate a little bit, maybe too much. And caution behind. Oh, no. Victory Vinny's. I hate to say this, but I think the 11 car may have had issues. Oh, he just loses the rear end, goes around. I don't think he hit anything else. He got it stopped. So I think he just looped it. I don't see any fresh damage. And the struggles in the feature continue for Team 11. We'll let them do a little work on it, see if they can Get that left front pulled out a little bit more. But a 1 1/4 second lead erased for Pete Dillon. Now Leach got by Turnmeyer. That'll put Turnmeyer inside of row number 2, and he'll have Rundle on the outside. There goes the 217 car of Monroe, and Vinny's already out as well. Well, you may want to bring some of that lemonade and blackberry whiskey with you. It's just a thought. It may ease the pain. I know it put me right to sleep last night. It was, it was pretty good. All right, so we're going to go back to green. We're going to have about 11 laps remaining in this one. Dillon and Leach on the front row, then Turnmeyer and Rundle. Knowles and Boyd, row 3. Brunner and Brees, row 4, and Peter Brees, after issues with the start in his heat race disqualification, starts at the back, and he has moved his way pretty close to the front. He's picked up 5 spots. So we're back to green, and Pete Dillon got a good start. Oh boy, we're back to it again with the 16 to 98. This time lines reversed. The 16 rolls it out in front, deep into 1 and 2, and he'll have the spot back. Well, good deal, saved me 1. Coming around, be 10 to go the next time by. Rundle was all over. Back end of the 98 of Leach right there. Kind of had to roll out, or he might have tapped him coming up off it too. Now he's going to have to work, try to get back on the podium. Caution behind. This may be for the 46 car. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he had help. He got help there from the 74. So we slow it down once again. That'll change things up, and now you're going to see a Turnmeyer have to go to the outside on Dillon, and that'll put Leach back to the inside, and we'll see if that spot does a little bit of swapping. Into the closing laps of this one here. Alrighty. So Dillon, Turnmeyer, Leach, Rundle, Boyd, and Knowles will be the top 6 on the restart. Probably going 1 to go right here. They'll double up. Get ready to fire this thing off one more time. We'll see if Andrew Leach can get a good start right behind Pete Dillon. Get that second spot back. He lost it on the last restart. Marvin Turnmeyer with a great job of getting the start timed up. Leach rolls it in. Oh, Dillon got a big start that time. I don't think Leach is going to get there. I think he's going to lose third, though, on the outside to Rundle, as Rundle timed it perfect on the outside line, and he takes third away from Leach. So Leach went from second to fourth in 2 restarts. Now he's got Boyd right behind, but Pete Dillon, another fantastic start. He's going to hang on to lead. Marvin Turnmeyer, great start. on the outside of that row, and he kept second. Knowles is still there in 6th. DeMoore is in 7th. Werdeman, Scott King in 9th. Good run for the Tiny Dancer, staying inside the top 10. Side by side behind that between Westendorf and Randy Brunner. Oh, Westendorf with a big problem. Oh, no. Yeah, here comes your caution, folks. There is no doubt what happened right there. Yeah, we're just even going to go ahead and back this up because 11 card having nothing but troubles tonight, and they will probably be over here. It's Adam Vinny. Tried to avoid the incident, got the car turned around one more time. This time damage on the right front. So driver 11. Bad luck surrounding that car. Going to have to do something with the juju on that car. Get the funk off. So we'll have another restart. It's still Dylan Turnmeyer. And now Rundle is going to be on the inside of that second row. We'll see what Rundle can do on a restart. Leach outside of row 2. And the outside has really kind of been getting things done on the restarts when the tires have cooled off just a little bit. And it'll still be Leach and Boyd back there in row number 3. We'll see how all of that kind of plays out. I agree, Bill. I totally agree. Definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. Did not anticipate that we would have a bunch of cautions this evening. So we'll at least have one more lap behind the iRacing pace car. Mr. Monroe, a lap down, still on track. So all 15 drivers are still out there. Currently, your hard charger, Jeff Werdeman, has improved 8 spots. He started. It's actually going to be 7 technically because he started 15th and he is up to the 8th spot. With no Matt Eddy. So we double them up. 7 laps remaining. All right, we'll get them packed in here a little tight. Pete Dillon trying to figure out how he's going to do another restart and get a big advantage here. Pace car is in. We're in the zone. He got a good start. Rundle did not. And Reed Rundle, not famous for his restarting prowess. Here comes Turnmeyer. Turnmeyer had to check it up just a little bit. Dillon's going to hang on to the lead. Rundle still 3rd. Leach is still 4th, and Boyd is right behind him, but Boyd trying the high side. I don't think that's going to get him anywhere. Here comes Austin DeMoore. He's up to 7th now. So a charge from DeMoore late. Out of 4. Wave lap this time by 5 to go. Pete Dillon maintaining a couple of car lengths. Between himself and Turnmeyer and Rundle. And it's about a car and a half back to Leach. Leach has stayed really tight with this, hoping for a mistake from one of the guys up front. He can jump on it, get himself a podium run out of this. Laps ticking off quickly. Pete Dillon starting to get away. We're going to watch this battle right here. These 3 cars. Can Rundle mount something late? Can Leach find a way? Garrett Boyd is right there. Boyd 5th. Rundle inches up. That line that Turnmeyer is running perfect. Just cannot get where you need to be on the exit because the car just won't rotate. We're around to 2 to go. Rundle going to try to mount that charge one more time. Got to protect from behind, attack in the front. Now he gets the nose alongside. Now he stays alongside. On to the white flag lap. Battles for second. Pete Dillon. Foregone conclusion. He's got it out front. Oh, a little contact between Turnmeyer and Rundle. Rundle keeps him wide. Dillon will win at New Smyrna. Who's going to be second? Rundle hangs on over Turnmeyer by half a car. Leach Boyd rounding out the top 5. So, got to be kind of exciting at the end of this one. Oh, let's start getting our drivers ready to go. And Pete Dillon, yeah, he's in here. So way down at the bottom. So let's grab our third place driver. Well, let's get him in here. Marvin Turnmeyer, you got a copy.
Hey man, how's it going, Roger?
Well, I haven't been able to talk to you on the podium in a little bit. But you battled pretty hard up front all night long, and it looked like the outside was going to work for a little while, and then the inside was going to work for a little while. And, you know, you kind of had both of them covered for a bit, but right at the end there, somebody got the nose to the inside. You end up on the bottom rung of the podium, man. Tell us what was going on out there tonight.
Yeah, just got tight on the bottom there, washed up a little bit, and Reed was able to get his nose in there and gave up the spot. I don't think anybody had anything for Pete tonight. He had her dialed in, and shout out to Reed and Andrew for racing me clean. Outside's pretty tough here, especially with that inside car. Not really knowing how far they can come up. So that was a lot of fun, really fun battle. And yeah, I've been battling issues on Sunday nights with the graphics. I'll be good through heat races and everything, and then when it switches to the feature, I drop from like 200 frames to like 40 frames, and it's kind of hard to race like that when you're used to running at 200 frames, and sometimes it just gets a little weird. But glad we finally had another good run. It's been a while coming.
Yeah, and it looked like the track was kind of moving around a little bit because we did see guys making passes on the inside, guys making passes on the outside, and you were running a pretty unique line through the center of the corner. Is that just where your car was working best, or were you trying to maybe protect a little bit from some of those runs?
No, that's really where it was working best. I mean, it was really tight all night tonight, even in practice all the way through qualifying and heat races. So I just kept trying to find a throttle point where I could get the car to rotate, and that was pretty much my spot. I really couldn't do nothing else other than that. The outside was actually preferable for me. It seemed like I could make up a little ground on the bottom when Pete would get a little bit loose on exit, but he just had so much power down the straightaways. I just really couldn't do nothing with him there.
Well, an awesome run, man. Give me some shout-outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you go celebrate tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Mom and Dad watching the race at home, and Reed putting on the show, you for the broadcast, and everybody for coming in, racing clean, having a good time.
All right, man. Congrats on a good run. Thanks for chatting with us. We look forward to seeing you again this Tuesday night.
See you, bud.
Well, that's your third place finisher, Marvin Turnmeyer. Now we'll move on. He waited until the last lap to get himself really kind of on the podium, but he does it in a spectacular way. Makes a pass for second, and your points leader brings the 43 car home on the second rung tonight. Reed Rundle, interesting race.
Hey, yeah, it was another one of those races where we just didn't have enough in the heat and started back in eighth, so we had to kind of pick our way up through and got lucky on one or two restarts. I got caught sleeping on one restart, really kind of killed me, but great racing with Andrew and Marv and I bumping doors a couple times there at the end. Both of us keeping it straight and coming home second. I will take it.
Yeah, it looked like it was kind of tough sledding, and you were watching the battle in front of you between Leach and Turnmeyer, and you just really didn't have anywhere to go. And then we get into the restart battle, and that got kind of crazy. Every restart, a little different than the one before, wasn't
it? Yeah, and you're right. That's what I'm saying. I was sitting right behind Leach and Turnmeyer, and I couldn't try and get a dive off and then screw him up because Andrew was just getting enough of a nose at points and stuff, and then I was looking high, and and like you said, the restarts were kind of a scramble depending on where you got put and where you were running. So again, we had a good run. We'll take it.
All right, man. Well, great show tonight. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous, and we'll let you get out of here.
Absolutely. Thanks to Beardsconsin for not only putting their name on our car, but also sponsoring the series this year. Really cool to have them for the Pavement Late Model Series. Wabam for their support, continued support for the Clean Driver Award at the end of the year. We have Scrub-A-Dub with the dirt, and we kind of flip them back and forth and co-sponsors. You guys for putting on absolutely always a great show, and to my sponsors, like I said, Beardsconsin, Wabam, Little Caesars Pizza, Bravo Trailers, 5 Star Bodies. Those guys all help us out week to week. And shout out to my dad. Just spent a week down in Florida, and we cap it off with a second place. We'll take it. And shout out to my wife upstairs saying hi.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night, buddy.
Thanks, Ryder. See you soon.
All right, Reed Rundle finishing in that second spot. And now we'll talk to the guy. He dominated this thing from one end to the other, never really got challenged. His restarts were perfect. Pete Dillon, fantastic run tonight.
Thank you, sir.
It didn't look like you were. It didn't look like you were challenged at all, man. It looked like you were just kind of on a Sunday drive.
Well, there's some guys in there that was a little faster than me. I was only 7th quick in practice. I surprised myself in qualifying. Kind of messed up in the heat race and stuffed it in there a little too far. I was kind of just trying something, it just being a heat race. But in the main, I only had one guy to pass, and once I got by him, I was able to keep it up there and just try to maintain and save tires and hope nobody got to me.
Were you running out of tricks in the bag on the restart?
Yeah. Well, Marvin did a good job that last restart.
Yeah, it looked like we'd get a lap or two, and then you'd have to do it again, and every time it was just a little different. I know as a driver, you can only do the same thing so many times before they figure it out, and you can only have so many different strategies to restart, especially at a place like this where track position's everything, and being in the right lane was everything. The starter kept moving the green flag around on you. Was it getting a little, at least a little frustrating?
Yeah, I wasn't happy to see the cautions for sure. Yeah, I was running. I guess you could say I was running out of tricks on the restarts. But I'm pretty good at going through the gears, better than some others, and so I wasn't too worried. I knew if I could pull ahead coming out of 2 just a little bit, that I would be able to clear them out of 4.
Well, an awesome run tonight, man. You're going to pick up the win. I don't think that's going to be a repeat. I think you're going to be 6 out of 6 different winners this season. But an awesome run, man. Give me some shout outs, some thank yous before we let you go celebrate a big win.
I just want to thank all the sponsors. I want to thank all the sponsors that put this on. Beardsconsin Beard Oils. I'm not sure who the other sponsor is. Reed, and all the guys that put this stuff together. I know it takes a lot of work to do so. And you guys, Dirt Racing Network, for putting this on, and you for broadcasting.
All right, man. Well, congrats on the win.
And my fiance for letting me do this.
Oh, yeah, you better not forget her. Well, thanks for chatting with us, man. Congrats on the big win, and I will look forward to seeing you back on track maybe Tuesday night.
Absolutely.
All right, Pete Dillon, your winner tonight. Great run for the 7 car. Been a little while since we had a chance to talk to him up front. Let's look at our results. Dillon wins it. Rundle was second. Turnmeyer in third. Leach with a good run, and he just kept getting jostled around on the restarts. He was second on one, and he ends up fourth at the end. But a good run for the 98 car. Garrett Boyd, fifth. Matt Knowles, nice run for the 15 car in here tonight. He finishes sixth. Austin Moore, seventh. Jeff Werdeman, eighth. Scott King, nice run for Tiny Dancer as well. Top 10 in here. Peter Brees was 10th. Randy Brunner in 11th. Josh Westendorf, 12th. Adam Vinny, 13th. John Brunner was 14th. James Monroe, 15th. And Matt Eddy, credited with 16th. Electronic issues for the 88 car, and he did not get to participate. I'd like to have seen what he could have done, even starting the feature at the back, because he is always quick, and I'd like to see how far he could have charged through the field. Another great run tonight for the Beardsconsin Pavement Late Model Series MARS drivers. Big thank you to everybody for watching, guys. Without you guys, there's no reason for us to cover this stuff. Without the great leagues, there's nothing for us to cover, so thanks again to everybody on both sides of that coin. We'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow night with Zach Krieger back in the booth for DSRL. 8 o'clock Eastern, they will be at USA Speedway with the big blocks, and they'll turn right around at 9:30 and put the UMPs at Lucas Oil. So make sure you tune in for both. Say hi in the chat. Let Zach know you're there. Thank you again, guys, for being here. Till we see you guys the next time. Love everybody.